Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mike Rondo here. It's been a while. Life got busy and such, so I haven't done as many videos as I planned, but that is going to change, I swear, I promise. But anyway, I figured I'd have I'm off today. It's rainy, it's miserable out. It's kind of peaceful though. We got the birds, we got the rain. So we'll get a little bit of peace and tranquility as we smoke our pipe here and just chill out. So today we're smoking The Haunting, but this is last year's blend. Let me see. Not this year's blend. This was from 8/8/23, just so you guys see there, you know, full transparency here at the Shed of Solitude. And I love this blend. It's one of my favorite blends. I probably would have gotten this year's version had they done a different tin art. I mean, I like this. It's kind of very shining kind of look, which I like. It reminds me of The Shining for some reason. But I like the original tin with the black. That was cool. I was hoping they'd do something different. But in any case, this is the same as this year. It's the cake, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, it's the cake, as you see. Right there. So this was last year. I think it was last year, 23. It's all the same. I got a bunch of these, so I didn't splurge. And of course, I am smoking it in my Stanwell Devil Pipe, which is an all-time favorite of mine. And not only that, one of my favorite YouTubers, or former YouTubers in the pipe community, Redcoat's Return, has the same one. And every year at this time, him and I would get into Halloween, Christmas, and stuff as we got into the seasons, and fun times. And you know, so this is just like us having a little kinship and whatnot. And I think so I had to pull this one out. So this one here is also, we're using the Ghost Lighter, which someone mentioned this, I want to say a month ago. They mentioned my Zippos, and I think they mentioned this one. So this is the Ghost Lighter, which I love. It's got a haunted house, it's got ghosts on it, and it glows in the dark, but we're not doing that. So anyway, let's smoke this. What do we want to? We're gonna go with Sherlock. You know, now here's a classic Shed of Solitude. Sherlock Holmes tamper. I don't really use him much anymore because I use this lighter and I use that. So it's all one fluid motion. But we'll go old school here. Amazing blend. You should get this. It's one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite Halloween blend. You know, there's others out there, but this one just, I think this just feels right. Or even autumn, but this, I mean, you can smoke it whenever. Do what you got to do. I mean, I don't really care, but anyway. Yesterday was my 49th birthday, so now not that I want to really get into that. I've completed 49 trips. Now this is where I screw everyone up, because I posted on Instagram yesterday, 49 trips completed. The road to 50 starts tomorrow, which is today, the 20th. That screws. I do this at work too. I always mess everybody up. Mathematically, in my mind, I've completed 49 years. So now we're on 49 plus 1, and we're building towards 50 kind of thing. It screws people up at work. Probably screw you up on the thing. You probably all look at me like I'm nuts. But anyway, the road to 50 starts today. And I'm happy to say I've implemented a few things today to get the ball rolling. Because I got to change that. I've been in a funk for so long. And I don't really know the whole being for it. Part of it, I feel like my dopamine levels are just shot for so much stimuli that we have access to. So one of them is not using the phone so much, not being on the internet too much. The other thing, I started journaling yesterday. Now that's something that's completely rough for me to do. I've tried numerous times, so who knows if this is going to stick, but I think it will. I'm going to try. And I think it'll work because I typically carry around in my poor pen here this all day, and in here I got a log and jotter notebook here. They're pretty good. I know everyone's heard of Field Notes or whatever, but Log and Jotter is a pretty cool, interesting company as well. It's a subscription base if you're curious about it. But I carry this around with my ideas, thoughts. It's a catch-all thing, and I've been kind of writing more of my thoughts down in there, and I think I can get my mind into journaling. That's one of the things. Part of my road to 50 is writing down the thoughts I had at this age, getting to 50 and beyond, hopefully. Because I got a lot going on the head, as we all do. And hopefully I can get back into reading, especially philosophy. I've gone a year without reading much, very little. I did go to Barnes & Noble Friday. That was fun. Oh, it's a nice breeze. I do have the door open. Got some, one thing I found interesting was, I saw this a couple months ago when I tried to get back into reading, and I bought some books on birds, because, in case you don't know, I'm into birds, and I did buy another bird book. But I saw in the magazine aisle, which is a aisle I haven't been down into in like 10, 15 years. I used to go to the magazine aisle all the time and get firearms. I was into firearms. What else? So many things that I used to be into. Planes, all that stuff. Like all the men type of stuff you could want. Not in like men's journal or anything, like fitness and that. I was into the kind of the hobby stuff, or war stuff, or history. So I was in there, but a while back when I was in there, I saw some science fiction, like short story magazines and mystery magazines. And so I picked those up, try to get myself out of that funk. So I'm looking forward to trying that, just to see what else is out there instead of like what's all mainstream and stuff. I thought it'd be interesting to try, and I grabbed the old trusty lighter here. It's a habit. I can't break it. As much as I love my Zippos, nothing beats the functionality of that, which is, I prefer functionality over, like, form and function over, like, looks, really. Says the guy that drives a Jeep Gladiator. So, I mean, not exactly the most beautiful looking vehicle out there. It's ugly and I love it. But anyway. So we'll just chill and chat. This has got like a spice to it. I love it. And this is aged. I mean, this it's still pretty, I mean, it's a little drier than you probably would like, but sounds like my neighbor's generator kicked on. But we couldn't have lost power because I still got it. Or it could be someone's sub pump, because we're getting a lot of rain in a short amount of time. One of the things I did this morning was work out. I haven't done that in ages. I got a bench, a good quality bench. It's expensive, and then I got some weights. I got one of those dumbbells that you change the weight. Nothing crazy. I bought that on Amazon, but the bench I got was really, really good. And maybe I'll talk about it in the future. I mean, it's a workout bench. I mean, it's not that thrilling. But I wanted a good quality one. I had one from Amazon years ago. It was always shaky and moving and everything. This one's solid as can be. And I'm glad I got it. So I did some arms this morning with that. I'm easing into it. I'm not going crazy. I'm not looking to be a muscle head, but I got to tone up, drop some weight. I'm at 229, 230, 228. I think it was 228 when I went to the doctor the other day. And I'm going to drop down to 180, 185, 175, that window to play around with. Kind of my high school weight. So I'm looking forward to trying to do that, get that squared away. A lot of things. So there may be some videos where I'm talking about my road to 50, as I like to call it, throughout the year here. So I think it'll be a little interesting, and it's to document it for anyone that's getting close to 50 or that's turned 50. They can look at me and me talk about these things and say, oh yeah, I've been there. I know what you're talking about, kid, kind of things. And for my daughter, I do these videos really for a record for my daughter, so she can look at this someday and get a good laugh. Now I'll say this, with the Zippo, this works well in this kind of pipe, like a shallow pipe. But some of my other pipes are deep, and this just does not work well. I mean, it'll get the job done, but I'm not a fan of it. Like, I got my Peterson pipe, the P-lip. I forget the name of it. Pub pipe, I think it is, or a bar pipe. I think it's pub pipe. And it's deep. This will work. The flame will draw down, but it just, I don't know. This just works so good. Just figured I'd take a moment so you guys could listen to the rain and the birds. Rain's coming in a little. It's a little warm in the shed. It's 66 degrees. I had my sweatshirt coming out because I wanted to protect the camera gear. But I had to take it off. It's getting it's a little warm. Warmer than I thought. Also, I believe, hold on, let me get my glasses on. I don't normally do this, but let me see. There's a gentleman who, of course, my internet's slow all of a sudden when I need it. Let's see. Mark. So Mark, not Mark from Rhode Island, but Mark 71565. He's a new subscriber. He found my channel, and he enjoyed the fact that I kind of just sit around and chat and just relax. So shout out to them. Someone mentioned me. Cigar Vice mentioned me in the description. I haven't seen that yet, so I'll have to see what that is. Hopefully it's good. Fingers crossed. And we'll see what that says. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. We'll find out. If it's bad, I won't say anything. If it's good, I'll mention it. But we'll see. I'm not going to get into spats online, but we'll see what they have to say. Cigar Vice. But thanks for the mention. But speaking of tobacco, there hasn't been any releases that I've seen that have jumped out on me. But again, going back to the dopamine thing, like, I love cigar smoking, I love pipe smoking, I love reading, all those things. You guys know that about me from if you've watched any of my videos. But nothing seems to hold its interest long. And like, if I'm looking through like pipe blends, it's like, of course, I got a million of them, right? So, which is why I got the haunting here. I'm trying this. I got a million pipe blends. So I don't feel the need to get any new blends. So it's like nothing's jumped out at me. If you guys want, recommend some blends. I've probably tried a good chunk of them, so I don't know. We'll have to go through the list. I'll have to go through my list on the tin notes to see which ones I've tried. But I got quite a few, and they're all in this little container now because I cleaned out the shed a few weeks ago. So as you can see, it's not the mess that it was, and it's not even dusty. I cleaned this off. This was it was such a layer of grit, grime, and everything else under the sun on this, the radio, and whatnot. It was gross. It needed to be done. Of course, I lost all my tins. I didn't lose them. I got them around. I don't know if I'm going to put them up there. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll figure that out as we go. And I'm down to one lantern because I busted the other two that I had. Hopefully that one makes it. I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to change batteries in it. I'll leave it right there and whatnot. And I even cleaned out the table. So we might do some table things. Although that makeshift table, it's bowing in the middle. So I might have to replace that. I don't know. It's kind of seen its last days, so to speak. The shed itself kind of needs to come down, and I need to replace it, or I need to, I mean, it's already gutted, as you can see, but I need to replace some board. Like the flooring needs to go because it's got like water holes under there, so I can only imagine how gross that is. And some of these, I got boards right here that I put down that in case I did fall through the floor, at least there's something to keep me from not falling through. So I may rip this up because I had the idea. I've seen it online, Instagram, TikTok. It just pops up because, you know, the overlords kind of know what I like. And I kind of want to turn this into a library, a shed library / smoking room. Like just kind of take all this crap out, all the tool stuff. Although that gives it charm, right? Like it's I like that about it. But it would be nice to turn this into an actual, like the knot. I think it's called the knot from the knot hole is what Christopher Marley had, where he wrote his stuff and whatnot. I would love to do that to this shed. That would be the ultimate way to pay respect to this shed and all that it's given me and whatnot. But I don't know. It might be better just to get a whole new shed and turn it into an office / pipe smoking library room. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I could do it myself. You know. I don't know if any of you guys feel this way. Because I imagine if you're watching my channel, you probably have an interest in sheds and cabins. It kind of goes with pipe smoking, books, cigars, sheds, small little cabin, being in the woods, nature, birds. It all kind of comes, it's all one thing, really. I don't know what you'd call that. It's part of the shedology, right? It's like, these things happen. So I don't know if you're like me, but I watch these, and I've mentioned it before, I watch these cabin videos, and they're very relaxing. And you see just normal, everyday people. They have skills. I have zero skills when it comes to carpentry. Just want to say that. But I've watched them for about 7 years now, and I see them building it. And every time I see them build, I'm like, I can do that. I can do it. You just measure it. You do your thing. You know, you cut. How hard could that be? Can't be that hard. And I say to myself, I could build it. And if I make mistakes, I just got to learn from those, right? It certainly would be interesting content on here to either rebuild the shed into a library, or within the next 6 years, 5 years, like I plan, buy land and build a shed and go from there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I just feel like I feel like I could do it. I'm overconfident in doing that. I think I've mentioned this before here. Now, what's the other blend? I may try, maybe this week. We'll see. My daughter's got volleyball, so it's crazy, and she's got a tournament, so I don't know if I'll be making a video. November, we should be good. November, Christmas time, lots of videos should be coming. That didn't sound good. Lost my train of thought. Got a little gurgle action here. I don't like gurgling. This is why I like filters. I don't usually get my spit. What I really need to do is get a trash can in here, because I keep throwing my pipe filters there. What do you call it? Pipe. On the ground, the tins, the papers from the tins. But definitely get yourself some travel notes. I'm sure most of you do. EDC is another thing that comes part of the shedology life, where you write your little notes down. I did this a while. I've always had paper just to write things down. I'm just not consistent with it. Like I can't burn through a notepad in like 2 weeks or whatever. I got thoughts, but writing them out is a little tough, because I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm dyslexic, and that causes an issue. But more on that another day. I don't know if that was a northern flicker or something else. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for joining me for this chat. If you made it this far, put a little devil head in honor of the devil pipe and Dr. Lester from Redcoat's Return, which I miss, and I wish him all the best and wish him well. I miss seeing his videos, especially his Halloween and Christmas ones. And the Shed of Shangri-La. And the Shed of Serenity. Good stuff. Oh, and there's another person that follows me on Instagram that mentioned me. And he was talking about, he's got his own shed, and he's going to smoke in there, and he was trying to come up with a name. He mentioned Shed of Solitude, which, maybe call it Shed of Solitude 2 or something. I don't know if he's watching this, but I'm flattered kind of that he would want to even name it that, which is cool. He had a few other names too. Hope it turns out well for him. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, again, I'll try Far Beyond, I think it is, from Cornell and Deal, one of the H.P. Lovecraft blends, which I wasn't overly a fan of, but we'll give it a shot. We'll try it again. Anyway, take care. See you guys later.